So today I want to show you guys how to create these really dope abstract typography background lines. I just think you guys will really enjoy. It is super fun to explore some variations, and honestly it's also incredibly quick. So let me show you guys how to actually put it together. And also, if you guys enjoy designing with some really cool, unique, and dope assets, ones that I personally use daily on my brand projects, I'd highly advise you guys to check out the Everything Pack. It is my personal resource of over 500 plus design assets and 35 plus packs, with 9 new packs coming very shortly. And it is of course custom made. You can lock in your price the first in the description. Okay, let's get this thing started. Okay, so I said it's gonna be super easy. Let me show you guys how easy it actually is. Okay, so on a new layer, on the bottom left over here where this is like a little black and white icon, click on that. If your colors are not black and white, it'll just make it black and white for you guys. Go to filter, then render, and then clouds. Okay, this is gonna be your render clouds. Now on this cloud render layer, you wanna go ahead and convert this into a smart object, so that way when we actually start doing the filter chain, you guys can create, some really cool variations and stuff super quick. So from here, what you're gonna wanna do is go to filter, blur, and basically any of these blurs are essentially a fun and different technique and look, and I just want to show you guys how like genuine I'm talking about this. Okay, so first off, I'm gonna use radial blur because why not. I'm gonna use let's use spin best. I'm gonna use 24 map just because. Okay, press OK. Essentially, you're just looking to blur your clouds in any way whatsoever. Okay, that way when you go to image, adjustments, and then posterize, you guys can flirt with this levels, and essentially has this shapes that come in is the amount of level that you have. So if I kind of put it on like, I'm gonna put it on like 10 or 11, sure, press OK. And this will be my shapes that I can start off with. I can go back into it and fix it if I need to. And then I'm going to go to, it says filter. I'm gonna go to, it says stylize, and then find edges. This will give me actually that contour line. This is something that I think a lot of you guys might know, generally speaking, when it comes to making contour lines. If not, that's how you do them, little topography lines. Then I wanna just finalize with filter, and then sharpen, and then unsharp mask, and then put this right here at around 200 amount, 1000 radius, and then 0 threshold. And this will essentially make the actual lines thicker and just, a lot more easier to navigate and move around, okay? Or not move around, just see. So when you are here, this is essentially the setup that's gonna make this pretty cool. Okay, so for fun, I'm gonna throw on a quick little gradient map just to give us a little bit of color. Okay, so here's where it turns fun. Anything that you put below your posterize is another effect, additional effect. Okay, so if you go to filter, I like to personally start with, just for fun, let's go to pixelate and then choose mosaic. And then for the mosaic, I'm gonna choose around like 20 or so, something around here, press OK. And again, whatever you put below the posterize, I'm gonna drag the mosaic below the posterize, and you're gonna find out what happens. You get this really fun, cool effect. This is, again, one of those things that's essentially using the radial blur, and then it's using the mosaic, and then posterize. Very simple. So if you guys wanted to explore this, right, see if you didn't further, there's a few different things you can touch. You can touch posterize itself. I can come over here and make the levels less, and I'll get basically less amount of movement and make this a little more sharper from like this, right? From this to this, right? So if I go to mosaic again, I can even take this and throw this even further up, and I'll essentially get more of that, like, those boxes and squares, or I guess less technically because you're putting more into it. And then just for fun as well, I'll show you guys what happens when you put your posterize even further up. Like, let's say at a 41% or so, you're gonna get a bunch more, and then this is starting to look like, this is sick. For one, this is almost looking like marathon, you know what I mean? Like, this is like the UI and such. I don't know about you, but I love this kind of stuff. So you can explore this, of course, even further. So essentially, let's just say for a second, we generalize our posterize, and then we also generalize our mosaic for a second. So I was kind of lowering it a little bit more. We'll have this for now, but on my radial blur, like I said before, you can also bring in more blurs. So let's just say for fun, we do motion blur instead of like the radial blur. And just for the record, this, didn't expect this, but motion blur above this gives this really cool bitmapped kind of pattern effect, which is unironically unexpected and also really cool. Just saying, press OK. Like, that's sick, no? Anyway, so this is the fun part. You bring the motion blur below the mosaic, or at least your first blur layer, right? I'm gonna turn off the radial blur and essentially get a completely different look, okay? So this is, again, if I bring this even further up, let's blow this even more, like something crazy, right? We get this instead, right? A lot less, excuse me. If I bring the posterize down though, I'll go even more less, right? And there you go, another different fun contour effect. Now we can take off this mosaic for a second. We have a lot of mosaic going on. But I just want to show you guys as well, if you go to filter, distort, and we'll choose like a twirl, for instance, okay? I bring this twirl, you can see right here how much I'm twirling it. I'll say I'll twirl it pretty aggressively, bring this down here, and now we have some twirl with it. Pretty sick as well. Now I want to bring back the mosaic. I can easily do that, right? You get some really cool effects here. We go to filter, we go to distort, we go to, no, stylize, and then wind. Let's put a little stagger on, press OK, bring the stagger as well. Again, below. Again, I'm pretty sure this is how Marathon did all their effects. Low key when it comes to those patterns and textures. I mean, probably not. You get what I'm saying. But some inspiration was definitely taken from this. We go down here. Now the wind itself, you have to put, I think, above the mosaic in this case. Yeah, and then you get some really cool looks here. Now this feels pretty dope. What you can also do on the wind itself is change and play with the blend mode. Like, I'm gonna try and multiply for a second, and you'll see it does change the effect from this when you put it on multiply from this, and you get actually a little bit more tighter of a look, and you can start to feel, understand how powerful this is when it comes to like creating these really cool contour background grids. I don't know if you're not smiling, we're not on the same wavelength, but this is so sick to me. And if you want to continue it, okay, let's just say for fun as well, if you wanted to make the strokes bigger or thicker, excuse me, I'm gonna turn off the wind for a second. If you want to make the strokes thicker, I found a technique where you can essentially go to blur and then motion blur around 10 pixels or so, literally only around 10. And then also pay attention to this. I'm gonna take the angle, just put it simply on like 1 or 2, press OK. The motion blur itself needs to also go below posterize, but the motion blur has to change to linear light. This one down here, press OK, and you'll start to notice, ooh, maybe I gotta put it above the posterize. Actually, okay, above the posterize, not below. So you can see if I turn it off, the lines are a lot thinner. If I turn it on, the lines are a lot thicker. So that's the only thing. If you did not change your blend mode for the record to linear light, as you'll see in a second, press OK, you're just gonna essentially get blurred lines, and you don't want that. So again, linear light will essentially give you what you want when it comes to this. And yeah, super fire. If I'm not, like, am I wrong? Okay. What else is fun? Maybe some zigzag. Is zigzag weird? I mean, zigzag is super weird. Just to see how it's kind of do a little bit of zigzag action. We'll bring this down below the actual posterize as well. And yeah, I mean, you're getting some kind of cool. It looks like it's also like a bit of a 3D feeling going on in the middle here. I don't know, it's kind of weird, but kind of fun. But yeah, this twirl is doing something here. I'll just try one more other thing. Again, if I go to filter, you can use a regular Gaussian blur for the record. If you use regular Gaussian blur, bring this down here, turn off the motion blur, you're essentially getting your usual contour lines without the zigzag that you might see around, right? And that's kind of how you get these. And if I go down here one more time, and let's just say we use noise, I actually have no idea what happens if you use noise. I don't even know if it does anything, but I'll use Gaussian noise. I'll put it below here. And as to be expected, it doesn't do much, but no, not even a little bit. What if though? What if I take the noise, change the blend mode to like linear light? I want to say multiply though. Oh, interesting. What if I lower the opacity? Oh, we're playing around. Interesting. This is weird. Not the sexiest thing on the planet, but this here actually isn't that bad. But this is essentially the overall setup where you guys can explore. And just for the record, there's as you can see, there's limitless possibilities. But if you guys wanted to, in the everything pack, I am also dropping a pack of these that I also created, because here's the other part that I can probably mention for the record. To take these lines out, okay, let's say you really like, let's put this on and let's put this on. Let's say you really like this, okay? I'm gonna make it black and white for now as well. And essentially I'm gonna drag this into Illustrator. And when it's inside of Illustrator, if you guys go to Windows and then you guys choose to use a image trace, there we go. And if you just click on the preset, sketch art, and then for the threshold, you're gonna put it on 254. It's one below the maximum, 254. You'll basically essentially get all of the lines, no matter usually what the lines actually are. And if I just go ahead and just go to object, expand, okay, this is how you essentially can make these PNGs and like essentially vectors that you can bring back into your program, put it on a smart object, and or even like shape layer, and you can essentially get these really nice vector shapes. You can move around and play around with these a lot more. And again, yeah, same ordeal. And for the record, the reason why it's a little bit wavy like this is because of that motion blur. If the motion blur wasn't on, they'd be a lot less wavy, just for the record. But yeah, that's essentially how you can make them vector as well. And it should be out when this video is out, okay? And it will be the V2 of these here. You can see how it works. This is the everything pack. There's a Photoshop plugin as well, if you guys can go ahead and just drag some stuff in. But if I click on it, automatically inserts nice and quick. And yeah, it's that simple. So yeah, join if you guys wish to. But with that being said, that is Seso HQ out. Remember, get to keep smiling, stay positive, and stay freaking productive, guys. I know much love. Peace. Enjoy your day. And yeah, enjoy some fun with these backgrounds. And you can create some really cool brand directions. And if you guys do, let me know. And yeah, with that being said, later. Enjoy.